Hello, I hope you're okay. It's nice to see you again. I want to read you a story. I think you all know this one. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess called Snow White. She lived in a big castle with her wicked stepmother, the Queen. This is the Queen. Every day, the Queen looked into her magic mirror and she asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" The mirror replied, "You are, my Queen." But one day, the Queen asked her magic mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" "Snow White is the fairest." The Queen was so angry, she told her huntsman to take Snow White deep into the forest. He was very sorry, he didn't want to. Oh, poor Snow White, she was left in the forest. But she came to a little cottage. As darkness fell, she saw that the little door was open. She knocked on. "Hello? Is anybody there?" She opened the door, and inside she found 7 little dwarfs who were eating their dinner. Yum, yum. "Who are you?" they asked. When Snow White told them about her wicked stepmother, the Queen, they said it was okay to stay with them. Meanwhile, in the castle, the Queen went back to her magic mirror. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" The mirror replied, "In a cottage in the forest lives Snow White. She is the fairest of them all, not you, the Queen. No, no." The Queen flew into a fury. Oh, she was very angry. "I must find her." The next morning, the dwarfs set off for work. Bye-bye, Snow White. They told Snow White to stay at home and hide so the wicked stepmother couldn't find her. Snow White was reading a book when she heard a knock on the door. Who is it? There stood an old woman with a basket of red apples. "Will you try some of my delicious apples? They're very nice." "Try just one and you will see." As soon as Snow White took a bite into the apple, she fell down in a faint. Oh no! The old woman was really the wicked stepmother, the Queen. The wicked Queen ran off laughing. Now she'll never come back. Snow White is gone forever, and I will once again be the fairest one of all. As the wicked Queen disappeared into the forest, the 7 dwarfs came home. "Snow White! Oh, Snow White!" Snow White was lying on the floor. They were so upset, they were crying. As the dwarfs were trying to wake Snow White, "Snow White, wakey, wakey," there was a prince that came on a white horse. "Perhaps I can wake her. Please, let me try." The prince knelt down gently and lifted Snow White's head. The piece of poisoned apple fell from her lips. Suddenly, her eyes opened wide. She was awake. Hooray! Snow White looked into the prince's eyes and her heart was full of love. As the prince took the Snow White on the white horse, the 7 dwarfs were so happy to see that Snow White was in love. Bye-bye, Snow White. And they all lived happily ever after. I hope you enjoyed the book. Good night and see you next time. Bye-bye.